Good day to play around with your pets. This is Tortis. And this is Wanda. Hello, dear students. I hope you're all doing well. So today I thought I'd show you the difference between perimeter and area of different figures and shapes that we deal with in geometry, in hopes that you get a better understanding of both area and perimeter, and that way when you apply it in real life later on when you are adults, you hopefully remember this lesson well. And if you don't have the formulas at the time, just Google them and you'll always be able to find them. By now you should have already downloaded your area formulas that are on your sheet here. If you haven't, please go to my Google Classroom, go under Classroom, and then you'll see that these formulas have been already given there for you, and download it, take a picture, and have them handy, as you will be needing them for all of your homework assignments as well as for your quizzes, okay? So this particular one here is called a square. How do we know that? Because all the sides are all equal, S, 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 S. And so also because this has a right angle. And so I want to show you the difference between perimeter and area, so that if I use my delicious food here, as you can see, I've gone shopping, I'm going to put all of my Cheez-Its that I have here, and I'm going to be able to see how many of my Cheez-Its fit into this particular square. And it wouldn't take me long. There we go. So how many total Cheez-Its do we have? And the answer is 9. That, because it's in the inside, is called the area. 9 Cheez-Its squared. Why squared? Because the definition of area is the amount of square units in a closed figure. So that's what the area is. What about the perimeter? Well, the perimeter is the length all the way around the shape or the figure. So in this case, 3 here, 3, 3 here, 6, 3 over there, 9, and 3 over here is 12. 12 Cheez-Its would be my perimeter. So that's how you do it with Cheez-Its. How do you do it with a formula? Well, if you go to your handy dandy sheet there, you're going to come up with a formula that looks like this. Here it is. It's the area of a square. So the formula for the perimeter is 4 sides. Why? Because a square has 4 equal sides. And in this case, if you remember how many Cheez-Its were on the side, here, I'll put them back there for you. That was 3. So therefore, 4 times 3 is 12. 12, I will call them Cheez-Its, right? C for Cheez-Its. Okay? Now for the area. Well, the area is the side squared. Well, if there's 3 here, you put 3 there, and you end up with 9 Cheez-Its squared. And there is the first of my figures I will be showing you. It is the square. The next shape that I will be calling on is this one here. What is this guy called? Yes, that's right. You got that right, Zeus. It is a rectangle. So here is your rectangle, okay? The rectangle is the length and the width. It has a length or a width. Sometimes they also use the base and the height, okay? It means the same. Once again, I'm going to go and find out how many Cheez-Its this will have. Let's see. In my length, it looks like 5, and in my width, it looks like 3. So how many would it take for me to fill all this out? Well, it'll be 5, 5, and 5. So you can see that the inside part, the area, is 15. What about the perimeter? Well, it's 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3. And therefore, that's how you get it. 5 plus 3 is 9. Plus 5 plus 3 is 9. 9 and 9 makes 18. So you can do it that way. But of course, I'm going to use formulas. And these formulas you can begin to add to your little note card there. The perimeter of a rectangle is 2 lengths plus 2 widths. And how much was my length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how much is my width? 3. That leaves you with 10 plus 6, which is 16 Cheez-Its. Okay, what about the area? Well, the area is the length times the width. The length is 5 and the width is 3. That leaves me with 15 Cheez-Its squared. Remember, area is always square units. Okay? Takes care of the rectangle. What about when I give you something that doesn't have a formula like this one here? Well, we could always fill it in with Cheez-Its. Of course, you don't want to do this all your life, having to go buy boxes of Cheez-Its all your life. The nice thing about Cheez-Its is that they are cut at exactly 1 inch in length. So if you really wanted to measure everything in your life in Cheez-Its, yep, you could. And every Cheez-It would then be an inch. There we go. So if I was to ask you for the area, all you got to do is count them. 6 plus 6 is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So here, the area is equal to 16 Cheez-Its squared. Okay, what about the perimeter? Well, with perimeter, you have to be a little bit more cautious. That's because you got to go all the way around and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oops. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think I'm done because I started with 6, right? I went all the way around starting from this point. 6, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4. And I've got them all. And all you would have to do is just add 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And so your perimeter is 22. I hope this helps you understand the difference between area and perimeter. Area is inside. Don't forget your units, Cheez-Its. And perimeter is all the way around, okay? All righty. So, we don't call it perimeter when it comes to a circle. We call it the circumference. So, let's go on to my next topic here. Of course, I went shopping and I bought my favorite type of cookies. They're called canelitas. Why? Because they have cinnamon and sugar. And there it is right there, a beautiful canelita right there. And so to measure the circumference, you would have to put a piece of string, put it all the way around the circle, stretch it out straight, and then measure it, and there's your circumference, right? But I'm not going to do that because if I get my handy dandy measuring tape and either measure the radius, which is 1.5, or measure the diameter, 1.25 is the radius, or measure the diameter there, and you'll be able to see what the diameter is. So I am going to give you 2 new formulas. In this particular case, you're going to have to use your calculators, okay? So the radius is 1.25 times 2. That is going to give you 4.5 pi, and this was inches. This is the way we leave it in math because it is in pi notation. Obviously, in real life, what would you plug in for pi? 3.14. So you just multiply 3.14 times 4.5, and you will know the circumference. What is the area of a circle? Once again, you just put 1.25 right in there. You get your handy dandy calculator, and I'm going to say clear that, and I'm going to go 1.25, and I'm going to square it, and that's going to give me 1.56. Okay, this is 1.56 pi, and of course it is an area, so inches squared. Now in real life we wouldn't use pi. We would multiply it by 3.14, and then we would get the real area. And that's how you calculate area and perimeter. So I'm not going to solve all of these, but we'll try to do them all together. Here's my Hershey's bar right there. Hershey's, oh, with almonds, yes. Let's see about my Hershey's bar. The length is 2, the width is 2, and the length is 6. So 6 by 2. So if this is 6 and 6 and 2 and 2, what's the perimeter? That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The perimeter is 16. What's the area? Well, the area is the length times the width, which is 12. And of course, these were inches, and these are inches squared. My favorite chocolate is a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Bar right there. So I have made a circle. that goes right where the recess goes. And let me see, I'm going to measure the diameter, and it's exactly 2 inches in diameter. What does that mean? It means that the radius is 1. So circumference is equal to 2 pi r1, which is 2 pi inches. And the area is equal to pi r squared, which is pi inches squared. Once again, in real life, you would multiply by 3.14. What about this chocolate here? Let's see the length and the width of this chocolate. Now it is a square. That's 2. So 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. The perimeter is 8. What's the area? 2 times 2 is 4. Now, one other thing that I miss greatly besides you guys at school is being able to see my Dodgers. Darn it. Anyway, if I wanted to calculate this area, that's 4 by 4. Hey, that is a square. 4 by 4, the area is 16 inches squared. The perimeter is 4, 4, 4, and 4, 16 inches as well. Wow, the area and the perimeter happen to be exactly the same thing in this particular case. Okay, well, I'm going to take a little snack break right here, but in a few minutes, I'll be right back to go help you with your homework, okay? Well, all right, I'm back. So this week, your assignment is to work on area and perimeter packet. I have uploaded it up to Google Classroom. And so now you will be able to go through the assignment. Remember that I don't want just answers. I want to see the work. So please make sure you show me as much work as possible so that you can do these questions. Out of every section here, I'm going to go ahead and do the first one, okay? Now, because these are kind of small, I'm going to put them on bigger paper. So it says, find the area and perimeter to the nearest tenth. Okay, so the perimeter here is 4 meters, 11.9. So if you add all of this, 11.9 plus 4, that is a 4 by the way, that would be 15.9. 15.9 times 2, and you get the perimeter to be 31.8 meters. Okay, so all you have to do is just add them all the way around. The area, you multiply the length times the width, and so therefore your length is 4, your width is 11.9, and 4 times 11.9 is going to equal to 47.6 meters squared. There's number 1. Okay. Next, we're going to move on to number 7. Remember, I said I was going to do the first one of each section. It says find the missing side. Okay, so this is a rectangle, and they are giving you the area to be 40. They gave you the width to be 4. I need to find out what the length is. So where area goes, you are going to put 40, because that's the area. Where the length is, you are going to put L, and where the width is, you're going to put 4. And when you divide both sides by 4, divide by 4, L is equal to 10. 10 what? Take a look at your unit. It's 10 feet. There's number 7. Going right along to the next page here, you're going to see that the first one of the section is number 13. Except that some of these you cannot find the perimeter. So please notice that I have scratched off and the perimeter. I just want the area. So number 13, find the area. Now, I haven't covered any parallelograms because I couldn't find any chocolate bars that were parallelogram shape. However, there's your formula, base times height. Now, as I cover the rest of these, they have a height. I gotta tell you now, and I'm gonna reiterate it several times, please remember that the height is the one that has the right angle, and it is always perpendicular to the base. In other words, here's your base and here's your height, and it's perpendicular, making a right angle. So if the area is the base times the height, all you gotta do is get your base of 9.8 and multiply times the height. So 9.8 times the height of 6 is going to give you 58.8 units. Yep, it's kilometers squared. There's number 13. Okay. Moving right along, the next one that begins a new section is number 19. Well, it too is a parallelogram. It says find their missing side. The area is 24. So wherever area is, you write 24. The base, I don't know it, I will write base. The height is the one with the right angle over here. It is 4. So when you divide both sides by 4, 6 is equal to the base. 6 what? Yep, it is 6 meters. There's number 19. Okay, moving right along to the next page. Number 25 is the first one, and I'm just going to ask you once again, don't look for the perimeter, only look for the area, because some of these you could not, there's missing information, you could not find the perimeter. Okay, find the area. Oh my goodness, that's a new shape, but I recognize it because it's a triangle, and the area of a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. Okay, let's go ahead and solve this one. 1/2 base times height. Find the area. So my base is 3 of the shape, not this little piece because it's dotted, okay? And the height is always the one with the right angle, 5.9. So on my calculator, I'm going to say 5.9 times 3 times 0.5 or divided by 2, whatever you wish. 5.9 times 3, enter, and then divided by 2 if you want to. And this is going to give you 8.85 miles squared because it is area. There's number 25. The next one to begin a section is number 31. Okay, let's take a look at that one. It too is a triangle, except it says either find the base or the height. All right, in this case, remember that the dotted one is your height. So height is 7.3. I don't know the base, so I'm going to put it there. Oops, I forgot to write down what the area was. Let me peek over here. It says that the area is 32.1. Area is equal to 32.1 meters squared. So I'm going to put over here 32.1. Okay. I am first going to leave this 32.1 and I'm going to see what all of this is. In other words, 7.3 times 0.5. 7.3 times 0.5. That's going to give me 3.65. So 3.65 base. When I divide by 3.65, I will see that my base is how much? Well, let's go see. 32.1 divided by 3.65 equals, and to the nearest hundredth, that's 8.79. 8.79. What? It is miles. Okay, there's 31. See, it goes relatively quick. Don't forget to continue to show me your work. Oh my goodness gracious, that's a new shape. What is that? Well, it looks like, oh, this guy right here. It is called a trapezoid. 1/2 the height, base 1 plus base 2. So before I answer this question and the rest of these, in a trapezoid, the two that are parallel, these guys here are called the bases. And the one in the middle with the right angle, of course, is called the height. So here goes number 37. Okay, the height is the one with the right angle, so 5.5. And then the two bases are 10.6 and 3.6. It does not matter which is base 1 or base 2. So because I am adding, all I got to do is put them both inside the parenthesis. And as you already know, parentheses always goes first. So let's go find out what 10.6 and 3.6 is. That would be 14.2. Okay, so there's my 14.2. Let me go find out what half of 5.5 is. So 5.5 times 0.5, half of that is 2.75. 2.75. And if I multiply that, 2.75 times 14.2, you will be getting 39.02 centimeters. It's area, so don't forget to say squared. Okay. Number 43, down here, 43. It says find the missing side. Okay, here's 43. Once again, there's my formula, except this time, they're gonna give you the area. What was it? 43, I forgot to peek again. 46.2 is the area. Area is equal to 46.2. They told us that. So let me go put that over here. 46.2 is equal to 1/2 the height. Oops, I don't know the height. But I know the two bases. One of them is 4.2 and the other one is 9. So let me write 46.2 and let me go find out what this parenthesis here is. 4.2 plus 9 is 13.2. 13.2, that would be this one here, times 0.5 or divided by 2. Let's go see what that would be. 13.2 times 0.5, enter, and that is 6.6. 6.6 height, right? Such that when you divide by 6.6, you will see what your height will be. In other words, 46.6 divided by 6.6, enter. And you're going to end up with 7.06. 7.06. I'm going to look over here, and it looks like they are centimeters. That takes care of trapezoids. And then finally, one more shape. The area and the circumference of a circle here. Okay, so this time I am going to be more accurate. I'm going to use 3.14 because that's what the instructions specify right there. It says to the nearest tenth, which means 1 decimal place, right? Okie dokie, let's go take a look here. So what is my radius of my circle? It says 2 meters, which means that this is 4 pi meters squared. But in real life, to the nearest tenth, I'm going to go 4 times 3.14 equals, and that's 12.56, which is 12.6. Oops, no meters squared, just meters, okay? For the area, you're going to put a 2 in there, again for the radius, and you're going to end up with 4 pi. Now it is meters squared. So now what is 4 times pi? So 3.14 times 4 equals, and you end up with 12.6. Oh my goodness, except this time it is squared. It just so happens that in this particular case, again, the circumference and the area measure exactly the same thing. Okay? One last thing for you, and that is, for those of you that happen to miss my quiz, I will be asking this in a quiz on Friday. And what's the key word for today? It is my favorite chocolate bar. The key word for this lesson is Reese's. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. So before my chocolate melts, I'm going to go enjoy it. Just remember, Friday your homework log is due, and so is your quiz. Okay? Take care, stay well. Miss ya. Bye-bye.